Imagine plunging thousands of feet into the pitch-black ocean where sperm whales reign supreme, navigating crushing pressures to hunt in the deepest environments on Earth. But despite their mastery of the deep, sperm whales face a biological limit. They are mammals. They need air to survive. This creates a constant, massive physiological tension. They spend almost their entire lives navigating an environment that lacks the one resource required to keep them alive. To survive a single trip to the abyss, their bodies store oxygen directly in their muscles and blood, allowing them to hold their breath for up to 90 minutes. Yet every second spent hunting in the dark is a ticking clock. No matter exactly how deep they go, they remain tethered to the thin boundary of the ocean's surface. This tension defines the critical transition of birth. Next to an adult, a newborn calf has little muscle density. It lacks the immense lung capacity and fine-tuned buoyancy control of its mother. The moment it leaves the womb, it is dropped into a liquid vacuum. Its lungs are empty, and it must reach the air immediately to survive. The infant is spent from the birthing process itself. Simply swimming upward through the heavy water column requires strength it hasn't developed yet. How does a weak infant survive its first few minutes in an environment where it might drown before it can take a single breath? For decades, research focused on the mother as the sole protector and provider for the newborn. The physics of the ocean make this a daunting task. A postpartum female is left with few physical reserves. Comparing her upward lifting capacity against the weight of a struggling 1-ton calf reveals a physical shortfall. Attempting to surface alone risks drowning both. Recently, researchers observed a birth that showed this solitary struggle is not the rule. Overcoming this lethal barrier requires a mechanism that goes beyond the biology of a single individual. Instead of leaving the mother to struggle alone, multiple female sperm whales instinctively mobilize. They swim into a tight formation, surrounding the mother and her calf to create a massive, living barrier against the open ocean. They execute a coordinated maneuver. The adult females interlock their bodies, pushing directly beneath the newborn calf to manually hoist it above the water level. They hold this position together. By matching each other's movements, they act as a synchronized, floating raft to physically stabilize the infant. Operating as a collective elevator, the pod removes the burden of swimming from the calf, ensuring it can safely draw those vital first breaths of oxygen. This rescue is a window into the broader social structure of these animals. The fact that female sperm whales instinctively mobilize to support another's offspring points to a highly evolved, empathetic social architecture. Looking at this visualization of the pod's social structure, we can see how it works. The adult nodes form a protective outer ring, shielding the vulnerable calf in the center. This collective defense reduces infant mortality rates across the entire generation. The deep ocean is a harsh, isolating environment. Yet this behavior proves that survival depends on more than just physical scale. It relies on the strength of the community. The lethal paradox of being a mammal born underwater is solved by the sisterhood of the pod. This discovery redefines our understanding of marine life. Sperm whales are deeply interconnected communities. In the extremes of the wild, surviving that very first breath is not a solitary struggle. It is a collective triumph of solidarity.